今だ限界突破叫べへん上のカッパ無敵の俺らがそこで待っているドラゴンボールスーパーゼロ様もったわけ Woo! I bet you'd never hear rock and books in the same video, but there we are. Welcome back to Ben's Books. And oh my god, I was trying to best process the passing Akira Toriyama, and I thought, why not do a Ben's Books for May 9th, Goku Day? So that's what we did. Actually, I'm still trying to process it, but yeah. First things first. I found out about a week later. I guess it was released to the news on, was it March 8th? About a week after it happened. And then, yeah, my friend lined me, and, you know, that weekend it sort of blew up on YouTube. I was still trying to process it. And I knew Jump was coming out, so I wanted to get this copy of V-Jump to get the last Dragon Ball Super manga ever, at least, you know, that he wrote. I mean, the ideas are still on the storyboard, I guess, for the next arc or saga or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I went to the gym on a very rainy and windy, almost typhoon-like conditions on release day. I went to the convenience store afterwards. Nothing there. I went to another convenience store on the way home. Nothing there. Third convenience store. Nope. Fourth convenience store. Nope. I guess it was a national holiday as well, so that was kind of weird. Fifth convenience store. Nope. Nothing. It's like, well, damn it. I guess I'm going to go home and try again the next day. So we did that. Went to the sixth convenience store. Nope. Seventh. Nope. Eighth. Nope. Ninth. Finally, at 7-Eleven, the ninth convenience store, they had this copy. And then I decided to buy some lunch on the way home. It was still early in the morning, but, well, not early, but early enough. And buy some lunch on the way home, and at the supermarket, they had tons of these. So, go figure that. But, you know, it gives me a story to share. And, I thought this was a very interesting, not interesting, well, yeah, it was interesting, but this was a fitting way to end the whole story. If they do decide to stop there, who knows if Toyotaro is going to continue it, but if they don't, then this is a great spot to stop. Although, of course, we do have Daima coming in the fall, which looks very strange to me. But yeah, so that's V-Jump. That's the last, this is not a book, although I guess it could be considered partially one, or a very large graphic novel. And then also on, was it April 4th? So I made it a point to go to the mall because I wanted to, after work, I wanted to go to a real bookstore and get what might be the final volume. They still have 100 episodes. 101, 102, 103. This has 103. But those three are still not in novel form or whatever you want to call this. But yeah, I picked up the Goku, or not Ultimate, Beast Mode Son Gohan versus Cell Max. At least I think that's in this one. Volume 23 here. And yeah, there's Beast Mode on the back with Orange Piccolo. And I'm sure this is much better, and they treat Trunks and Goten much better than they do in the movie, where everything is just sort of railroaded at high speed at the viewer. But yeah, the comics are much more in-depth and much more timeline precise, I suppose you could say. But yeah, so I picked that up first day. Obviously, I still haven't read it, and I decided to also pick up Volume 6, and you can't see it with the stickers there. but not volume 6, volume 7, because that's part of the universe survival arc. Which brings me to the one we're talking about for Ben's books here, Jump Comics, Dragon Ball Super, volume 8, and this is in the middle of the universe survival arc, but I wanted to start here and get warmed up because it's got the Kale chapter, it's got Goku Ultra Instinct sign, so that happens, and it's even got the iconic pose here. If I can find the page, let's see, that would be, yep, before that happens, yeah, the artwork's fantastic. There's a Vegeta fight there, and okay, is that it? Okay, yeah, that's it. So I don't know if you can see that here on this page, but it's just like the anime. That was so badass. Reading this was awesome. I'm not sure how much kanji I'm learning that's not just Dragon Ball related, because there's a lot of fighting terminology and words I don't think you would use in everyday life, or certainly not the kanji. And then the Migate no Gokui, so Ultra Instinct, like certainly you would never use that unless you're having a conversation specifically about Dragon Ball. But what was it? One of my first problems here, I was trying to read it and I actually made it through, it was at 37, chapter 37. Yeah. So that's Cho Saiyajin Kale, okay. And I discovered that the font is just so small because the print is designed for a magazine this volume, or this size. So you've got the kanji that are a certain size, and you got the yomigana that are a certain size. And then you shrink it down, you condense it to, what is that? That's almost, yeah, about half the size or something. So it makes the hiragana, the yomigana, or sometimes katakana, depending on the words, but extremely small, almost illegible. Sometimes the kanji just blurs together and that's illegible. So I had to stop reading that. Very sad. But then I went home and randomly Mom decided to give me this. And it is sort of a magnifying glass, but it's got a light here also, so you can light up what you're looking at. And I thought to myself, there we go, I can once again read Dragon Ball again. And again, with Toriyama's passing, it's like, okay, well, we got Goku Day, want to read this manga, we're going to do a video for that, boom, and I set to work. And it didn't actually take as long as I thought it would, because there are a few action pages, of course. But yeah, it's just as good, if not better than the anime. So we said we got the Kale fight, boom. Well, some Kefura fighting, Frieza fighting, and it's just really cool. There she goes berserk. Some Vegeta talking, and it's like there's a lot of pages where they're talking, and sometimes there's commentary from the sidelines, which you can cut to real quick in the anime, but it takes a little bit longer to read, especially in your second language. And then Gohan gets in there and fights, and it's just freaking awesome. It was great to relive the anime because I had a blast watching that in, what was it, 2018. There's some Master Roshi stuff, and of course Jiren. And then he goes Ultra Instinct, and again, none of these are spoilers per se, unless you haven't seen the anime. But and then 17 comes in and he blows up half the arena, but Jiren still survives, and that's where this ends. So we also have our trusty legal pad, because in university back in the day I was reading Ranma and some other manga to help practice Japanese, or keep it up during summers. And I used the legal pad. We got the kanji here, some hiragana here, how to read it, and then the translation if necessary. Some of them, some of the words I knew, which was good because, you know, I've lived here long enough. I ought to know some of the language. But again, specific stuff like struggle, I don't think I would use that in regular conversation. Like we said, the skills. Machine, I don't know. Kikai. And then swollen. Fukure agata. So yeah, I don't know how much of that would be daily conversation, but you know, it's good practice. And you can notice some of the differences in language too. Goku is pretty rough. He's a casual type of dude speaking, but Whis is not. So he uses more of the something macho forms, and I found that very interesting. And of course, Beerus getting pissed off at Goku. And yeah, it's just fun. If you, again, it's not the best way to learn Japanese, but it gives you more exposure to the language, and that's always cool. And yeah, we'll see where Volume 9 takes us. That will finish the Universe Survival arc and start the Moro arc, which is the first original arc that has not been presented in anime form, at least as of now. And I think that's what people were expecting to be the announcement instead of Daima. But who knows if they'll ever make a continuation of the anime. But yep, that was Ben's books for Dragon Ball Super Volume 8, Sign of Son Goku's Awakening. Let me know if you've read any of the Dragon Ball Super manga, if you read any of the Dragon Ball manga, or any other Sandland of Toriyama's works, you know? Because it's very sad that he's gone and there won't be any more Dragon Ball, at least not from the Master. So this is just a small bit of tribute I could do here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're reading. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, keep reading and keep dancing.